Hey, what's up everybody? I'm KB Kwan. Welcome back to another episode of Taste of Asian Food. Today I'm going to make something special that is Taro Basket and also known as yam ring. It is a very popular dish, especially in the Chinese restaurant in Malaysia and Singapore, especially during the festive season such as Chinese New Year. It is made with cooked taro and then shape it into a ring, much like a donut, and then you can fill up anything inside that ring. Today I'm going to make some Kung Pao chicken and fill up the ring. These are the ingredients we need to make Kung Pao chicken. We have 500 grams of chicken thigh meat over here. I've cut it into bite size, about 1 to 2 centimeters in length. And of course, you can also use chicken breast if you like, but I prefer to use chicken thigh meat because it is more tender. Next, season the chicken with the following ingredients: some salt, some Chinese wine. The salt is basically to give it a base flavor, and the wine helps to tenderize the meat. Some dark soy sauce, mainly for the color. And then some white pepper. After adding the seasonings, add some cornstarch to cover the surface of the chicken. A little bit more. The cornstarch on the surface of the chicken will help to shield off the direct heat during deep frying, and therefore making the chicken more tender. Lastly, add some oil to the chicken so that the chicken will not stick onto the wok during frying. Okay, it's done. Now leave it aside for a while and let's move on to prepare other ingredients. Get ready some chopped ginger and garlic and 2 stalks of spring onion. Cut the spring onions into short sections. And about 2 tablespoons of peanuts. You can use cashew nut instead. Some dry chili. There's the amounts that I use. You can use a little bit more or less. It depends on the quantity that you prefer, the spiciness that you want. Cut the chilies into short sections and remove the seeds. Oops. So we'll discard the seeds and use only the dry chili. And lastly, a tablespoon of Sichuan peppercorns, which is optional, or if not, you can use the Sichuan peppercorn powder instead. So these are all the secondary ingredients required apart from the chicken. And now let's move on to prepare the stir-fry sauce. To make the stir-fry sauce, mix the following ingredients: some Chinese wine, light soy sauce, some dark soy sauce, vinegar, white pepper, some sugar to balance the flavor of the vinegar, and lastly some cornstarch to thicken the sauce. Now let's start cooking. Just add a little bit oil into the wok, not too much. And then fry the peanuts lightly for about 1 to 2 minutes. Continue move the peanuts around so the peanuts do not get burned. By doing so, the peanuts will become crunchy when we eat together with the chicken later. Next, heat up the wok and add some oil. I put more oil today than usual I use because today I'm preparing for an occasion, a gathering, and I want to ensure that the chicken is really well cooked and cooked evenly. Normally, if I cook it at home for myself only, I will likely use much less oil. Okay, now we put the chicken inside. And turn up the heat. Once it has turned color, reduce the heat and remove the chicken from the oil. Now the chicken might have not fully cooked, but is nearly cooked. Then I remove most of the oil and only left about 2 tablespoons of oil inside the wok, and then I'll add the Sichuan peppercorn. You can leave the Sichuan peppercorn inside and serve together with the chicken, but I do not quite like to bite on the peppercorn, so I just let it infuse the oil with the flavor for a while and then I'll remove it before I add other ingredients. I did that over low heat for about a minute, so now the aroma is now all rising up, and I'm going to remove the peppercorns. And now we add the dry chili, garlic and ginger, and then return the chicken back to the wok. Turn up the heat, then reduce the heat and add the stir-fry sauce that we have made. Turn up the heat again. Green onions. Turn up the heat. And lastly, add the peanuts. Now the Kung Pao chicken is ready. Transfer to a serving plate, or we can put the Kung Pao chicken at the center of the yam ring to serve. To make the taro basket or yam ring, get a taro and cut both ends away and cut it into thin slices. And then steam over high heat until soft. Okay, it's already 15 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, this is already soft. So now remove it from the steamer. Transfer to a large mixing bowl. Then mash it to become a paste while it is still hot. Next, add the seasonings. There's a 5 spice powder, salt, sugar, and pepper. Put some wheat starch in a separate bowl and add with a little bit of baking soda. Then measure 120 ml of hot water and pour into it and mix immediately to form a paste. Now combine the wheat starch with the taro. Mix well to form a dough. Lastly, add the shortening. You can use margarine or butter if you want. And mix inside. Very much like making bread dough. Now it's quite done, and I'm going to divide it into two. Then cover it with a cling wrap and keep it in the refrigerator to harden it a little bit before deep frying. Now the dough becomes much firmer and easier to handle. Put some flour onto the surface. Place the dough on the surface, and then I push my thumb through the center of the dough to create a deep indent. And then I flip the dough over and repeat the same process on the other side. And eventually the top and the bottom indents will then meet together to form a hole at the center and giving it the appearance of a donut. Then next, use my finger to push the dough outward away from the hole until it forms a large ring with a thinner wall. And that's how to make a perfect ring with equal thickness on all sides. Before I fry the yam ring, I need to fry some rice vermicelli, mainly for decoration. So heat some oil and just put one small little strand of rice vermicelli into the hot oil. It will immediately float on top and expand. That means the temperature of the oil is now suitable to fry the rice vermicelli. Now I'm going to put all the rice vermicelli into the oil and let's see what happens. Yeah, that's how it goes. Immediately remove it from the oil. Then heat the oil to medium and put the yam ring on a ladle with some hole like a strainer and slowly deep fry it. Keep the temperature medium to high, about 150 to 170 degrees Celsius. The oil temperature must be high enough, or if not, the taro will not become fluffy like this. When you are satisfied with the color, when it becomes golden, remove it from the wok. To serve, place a fried vermicelli on a plate and then decorate with some carrots and some coriander leaves. I also have some curry leaves which I can put it on, and then gently place the ring right at the center Then scoop the chicken and fill it right at the center. And that's the yam ring with Kung Pao chicken. That's how to make yam ring with Kung Pao chicken, and I hope you will love it. And it is especially popular during festive season like Chinese New Year or any other festive. You can just make it, share with your friends and family. And I've included the recipe in the description box below the video. Don't forget subscribe, tap the notification and give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you again in some other similar video soon. Bye for now.